Good morning again. Happy New Year. 2020. Do you think it's a coincidence that the numerical value of our year is the same as perfect vision? I don't think it is. I don't think there's any coincidence about that at all. You know, every year, I feel like there's a theme. You know, I talk with a lot of people, I hear a lot of people, I reflect within myself, and one of the themes of this transition into 2020 that I've noticed is that many of us are looking at our lives in a whole new way. We are looking at things going, wow, here I am again, new year, doing the same old thing I've been doing for a long time. I really want to change this time. I really want change in my life. And I think with that clearer vision also comes the understanding that in my life, I am the only one who is going to make any changes at all. In your life, you are the only one who is going to make any changes at all. And part of our White Stone ceremony today is getting a vision for a new year that comes from that center in our hearts, that comes from our souls, that knows what's ahead for us in the new year. And we get a little glimpse of how we're going to be unfolding, but we play a huge part in making that happen. It's going to unfold anyway. We can sit around and let it unfold. But there's an efficiency we can add to it when we're consciously putting our intention and action into it every day. The White Stone word for today, and I'll explain that for those of you who haven't been through one of these before. Our White Stone word for today is our vision, but we are the action that makes it happen. We are the action, and we forget about that sometimes. I have the great pleasure of leaving for India on Friday for 2 weeks. Wow. So excited. And one of the places that we're going to visit while we're there is a spiritual center of Meher Baba, who's one of the spiritual teachers I've been reading for years, and who's very closely aligned with the teachings of Jane Elizabeth Hart, who I value, and she has been my spiritual mom, raising me over all these years. And so anyway, so I'm very excited about that. But Meher Baba is the don't worry, be happy guy, right? That happy little song that we all love and sing along with. Those were his words put into a song. But there's a part left out that Meher Baba was very strong about, and that is, don't worry, be happy. Take action. Take action. Not a lot of things rhyme with action, so maybe that was what is left out of the song. But satisfaction, there you go. We'll see, we gotta make a new song now. All right, Jim, that's on you. Don't worry, be happy, take action. We are the hands and feet and mind of that inner vision of our souls. So we can have a vision, and then we can sit around being inspired by that vision. But if all we're doing is sitting around being inspired, nothing's going to happen. We're going to feel good about it for about a week. And then, come November, we're going to look back at our year going, what could I have been doing to support myself better? But it's 2020, so we have clearer vision. We can see. We're coming here for this White Stone word, for this piece of vision for our new year today, but I guarantee you that you already know what needs to be part of your new year. You know if there's any forgivenesses that need to be done this year. You know what changes need to be made for your health, or for your mind, or for your career, or for your relationships. You know what you need. What action are you going to take towards that? You can have the prettiest word on your stone, sitting on your desk all year long, but what action are you taking towards it? What action are you taking towards it? Another story about Meher Baba. Somebody, a devout Christian man, came to visit him one time and just was asking for his blessing. And Meher Baba said, "What is it that you want?" And this man said, "Well, if I could just have a vision of Jesus Christ, I know it would help me be the perfect Christian man." And Meher Baba said, "No, it wouldn't. How can a vision of Jesus Christ not make one a perfect expression of that devotion?" This man asked. And Meher Baba said, "You already have that in you. A vision, yeah, may be inspiring for a little while, but if you don't understand that it's already in you, then if you did understand that, you'd already be taking action on it. You'd already be living it. You'd already be putting it into your life, so you must not really want to be that perfect man." Not exactly the inspiring, complimentary words one would expect to hear from a spiritual teacher, but that's so true. It's so true. We have within us everything we need to make the changes we want to make, but we just don't always do it. Can we just be real about that for a second? You think I'm saying this just for you? This is the second time I have to listen to myself this morning. You only have to hear it once. I was listening about a week and a half ago to a program on NPR called Hidden Brain. Anybody listen to Hidden Brain? Well, a week and a half ago, a woman named Wendy Wood, who's a psychologist at a university in California, was talking about habits and making changes for the new year. We're all talking about that, right? So it was interesting because what she was saying is when it comes to habits, there's one of two things that we're trying to do. Either break an old habit that's no longer working for us, or to add a new habit. And she was talking about how to do these things, and she said 43% of our day is made up of habits. So just routines that we come into and we just do automatically. That is almost half of our day is thoughtless action, because we're used to it. We just do it. We get up, we brush our teeth, we take a shower, blah, blah, blah. We have these things that we do we don't have to think about. But if we want to change something, we have to get into that wiring of our routine and break it up a little bit. So she said, so if you want to add something to your life, add a new behavior, make it easy. Right. Thank you. That is funny because we are lazy human beings sometimes because we get into those routines and we are on automatic and we just go and we just do it. So what we have to do is make it easy on ourselves to do that. So think of something that you want to change this year and how can you make that easy on yourself? I've got two things where I made that really work for me. One is coffee, and two is meditation. So for myself with coffee, I know that I am much better off if I set up my coffee maker the night before, right? Because I don't like cleaning up coffee on the floor in the morning when I'm trying to make coffee before my coffee. So I set that up and I make it really easy for me to have my coffee in the morning. The second thing I do is I have a meditation area all set up in my house. It's such a beautiful space. It's in a corner of my house where when I sit there, I'm embracing my entire home. So everybody who's coming and going, all my loved ones and visitors and dog are all embraced by that energy that's being created during my meditation time, plus all the things that meditation is doing for me. So when I get up in the morning, all I have to do is go from my bed to that chair. That's it. That is it. Now, I tried years ago waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to meditate. And then I made a pact with God. I said, okay, God, I will meditate every day, as long as you don't make me get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And it seemed like God was okay with that because I'm not getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'm getting up early in my definition of early. So all I have to, it just made it easy. I've got my chair, I've got my headphones so I can listen to my meditation music. All I have to do is bring my phone with me, and that's where the alarm went off, so it's in my hand anyway. So we just go to the chair. I've got my spiritual power tools book right next to me, and another couple of spiritual book readings that I do after my meditation time because I haven't had my coffee yet, so I need a little time to wake up before I read anything. But I open up to this book every day. This is what I teach in classes. This is what I teach to my people I work with in my therapy practice. This is what I've used for over 25 years as a spiritual guide for myself. So I just open it up to whatever page that I need to read for that day, and I know it's the right thing for my day. If I open it up to journaling, then I try to do some journaling. Not always awesome about it, but it's a new year. So I can be way more awesome about it this year than I did last year. And I use that as my guide every day, but I made it easy on myself. So what is your change that you want to make, that you need to make anyway, that you've probably needed to, maybe you've needed to make for a long time, but this is 2020. So there's new vision and there's no more denying that things need to change, right? No more denying that things need to change. So what are your action steps? What are your action steps? So the other thing on Hidden Brain that Wendy Wood was talking about was breaking old habits. And how do we do that? And she was saying, you know, our brains get wired, we have muscle memory, and our brains get wired around certain routines. And so all of our habits, good or bad, are wired into us based on the context where they happen. So she was working with somebody who was smoking and wanted to stop smoking. And as they talked together, what they figured out is that that her front porch was her trigger for smoking. She would come home after work every day, she would walk into her porch, and that's where she would have her cigarette, because she lived in California, where it's warm, you can do that year-round. So as Wendy was talking with her, they said, well, change your routine when you come home from work. So this woman started going into her house through the back door instead of through the front door where the front porch was. And it was easier to change the routine because now her brain went, I just came in through the back door. I don't know what to do. I got nothing, you know, and I don't have that trigger pulling me to my smoking station. So as you're thinking about changing what needs to be changed, if there's something you need to let go of, change up your routine, rearrange your furniture, clean out your closet, clean out your garage. Do something that changes your environment, changes how you're approaching things, how you're doing things, so that you can so that your brain has to think of a new way to do it. Your brain has to think of a new habit to come up with, a new routine. We are status quo beings. Our brain-body system, our souls love growing and changing. Believe it or not, our souls love changing, love expanding, love learning new things, but our brain, our physical chunk of meat in there, loves routines because it's easy and the wiring gets all set up. But for change to happen, we have to be the conscious participant of our vision, of our changes, of our action that needs to happen in order for the new things to come forth in our world. All right, so white stone ceremony. How many of you have done this before? Awesome. So last night it just dawned on me, this is my 20th White Stone ceremony. I know, that's a lot. And 16 of those I've led. So, you'd think I'd be enlightened by now, but here I am. So the White Stone ceremony was created by a couple of Unity ministers from Florida that wanted to bring into Unity more rituals, because we really did not have a lot like other traditional denominations have, and people miss that. Rituals are very important for us because they are our outer expression of our inner intention, right? So they came up with this White Stone ceremony based on history and a Bible verse. And the history is that in Jesus' time and before, people were given a white stone when they were released from prison, noting that they have served their time and they no longer are carrying the burden of whatever they were in prison for. They were free. So that is what our white stone is representing for us. We are free from our old behaviors. We are free from being stuck in patterns that don't work for us anymore. We are free to put action into our new year. Our white stone is our vision. We are the action. And the Bible verse that they base this ceremony on is from the book of Revelations. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who overcomes, I will give some of the hidden manna. I will also give him a white stone with a new name written on it, known only to him who receives it. So we are receiving our word, our name for our new year. And when I say we're receiving it, it's just that intuitive inner sense. And if you don't feel it today, just keep listening. Sometimes it comes during the week. Sometimes you may have to wait until December and then look back on your year and say, oh my gosh, I can see this has been my theme for the year. Here's what my theme is for the year. That's okay, because you have the opportunity to grow and expand and listen within more and act on that guidance that you receive more this year, whether you get a white stone word or not. Because you're here. You are a human being, you are a spiritual being, and your soul is pushing you to grow whether you showed up today or not. I'm glad you did, because it's wonderful to see you all. But that vision is within you no matter what. So today is just when we get to support each other in acknowledging that vision, taking that home in our hands with us, and putting our intention, our commitment to supporting it coming forth through us this year. Putting it into action, putting hands and feet and mind into it, and heart into it, so that it can come forth more smoothly, more efficiently. And maybe there's room for extra things when we support it so beautifully too. So I invite you to take that white stone in your hands. We're just going to take a little bit of time to renew that space of receptivity in the sanctuary of our hearts. And we hear that celebratory honking to support our new year, the excitement and the openness and we so look forward. We love inspiration, and we so look forward to all the beautiful opportunities for love and joy and wisdom and growth and overcoming for this year. And touch in with that heart space. And we open ourselves in trust and faith that that spirit within us knows more than we do consciously. that is in touch with all the possibilities of the new year, and brings that wisdom, that insight down into our hearts. So just for a few moments, listen and receive without worry about getting an actual word, without worry about making something happen, but just knowing that in that space of receptivity, you are receiving. You are receiving that manna, that energy that sustains you, supports you, grows you throughout the year. So now we just listen. Thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you for the unfolding of 2020 in perfect, beautiful alignment with our souls, and let our thoughts, our words, our actions be in alignment with that true purpose. And where they're not, then we know that's our action step. And we say, thank you, God. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God. Amen. Now I invite you that if you received your word, either during our meditation, maybe you came in with that, to go ahead and write it down in pencil on the stone. Pen doesn't work very well. You can go over it with permanent marker when you get home. But for now, pencil is good. Pencil will last through December 31st. Just go ahead and write that down. And if you didn't receive a word that was clear to you, let your heart just be satisfied right now with that energy that we all are supporting each other and receiving today. That's a given. That's the easy part. That's the easy part. It's there. It's already there. And a lot of times for people, the word comes later. So there's no pressure, no performance anxiety around this. This is just easy peasy. We just open to our new year and all that it's going to be bringing. And our commitment, the most important part. The vision is easy. It's our commitment to that action that we know is good for us. That's the important part, and we can do that consciously. We have to do that consciously every day. That commitment to our wholeness is always our action step. So we say, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. Happy New Year.